All right, perfect. So the way we're going to kick off this call, like we do all of our calls, is we want to go over some real numbers. One of the big mottos here at Family First Life is real people, real numbers, real results. And so what you're seeing on your screen this is our October issue paid numbers. Issue paid is a terminology that you'll get familiar with. All it means is that these are the confirmed paid commissions from the insurance companies to our agents. And you could see that just our agency, $420,540.38 in commissions were paid to our agents. So if you're ever wondering, am I in the right place? Do people here make money? Yeah, 420, as one of my business partners like to say, there's 420,000 reasons why this business works. And this is just our agency. Family First Life did 36 million in paid commissions, and we were just 420,000 of that. So we're dropping the bucket. And these are a few of the agents that you see on your screen that were paid commissions. These are our top 20 agents, ranging anywhere from 4,500 all the way up to 30,000 paid in commissions in 1 month. And so that is pretty cool to me. That to me is encouraging because it lets me know I'm in the right place. People are making money. And if I could figure out what these people are doing to make this money, I can make money too. And so I want to highlight a couple of our agents. Ashley, she's brand new with us. This was, I think, her second month, to almost 20,000, right at 19,000. Princess's first month at over 15,000, or I think actually her first month over 10,000. Nissa's first month over 10,000. We had a couple new agents in the mix, and then overall we had in October a bunch of new agents that had their first commission check pay out, and these are their names. On your screen, I think that is a total, if I could do math quickly, that's about 12 agents that were brand new that got their first commission check paid out. We also do, and we're running a holiday incentive right now, so you guys definitely could participate in the cash giveaway. Every week we give away $300 in cash, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about this. And then we have a 100K challenge where we're giving away $1,000 cash. And we're also doing dinner with our top 3 agents here in Atlanta, nice steakhouse with one of our insurance carriers, America. So there's lots happening, lots to participate in and take advantage of. And then finally, this was the team, I guess, Colton and Victoria, the agents that won this past week's $300 giveaway. That was week 4 of our 12-week contest. In 1 week, they made $5,273, and so we gave them an extra $300 on top of that, just to say, hey, great job for being the top agent, new agent over 5K that week. And any one of you that's on this call that want to earn that $300 plus all the money in commissions that you make can do that. That's for new agents within the last 6 months, which I think all of you on the call would qualify. So what I'm going to do next, I'm going to jump over to our Facebook page, and I want to show you a couple of tools there that you definitely want to take advantage of. And then, 1 second, trying to navigate. And then I'm going to take you into our knowledge library, which is where we're going to land for the evening. If you do have questions, drop them in the chat, and I'll be happy to answer them, okay? So this is a vital tool for your business. So, if you're not on Facebook, it's now time to get on Facebook and get an account, and just get an account so you could join our private Facebook group, FFL Impact Agency Team page. We provide a lot of content in this group. Our mission here is impacting the lives of our agents, our clients, our agents, and our staff through insurance for multiple generations. And then our vision, where we're going, is we're here to recruit and empower as many agents as we can to protect as many families as we can from financial disaster. So that's what you're here. That's how you got here, because of our vision. And we want to make an impact in your life and have you impact your clients and the communities that you serve. So this group is there to empower you to be able to have success. It's there to show you what success looks like, show you the people that are having success that you could connect and network with, and just inundate you. I'm just being fully transparent, inundate you with what it takes to win here. And then you get to decide to win when you implement those things. And if you don't implement them and you don't win, then that's on you. But you can't say, I didn't know what to do and how to do it, because that's what we do in this group. So make sure you join our Facebook group. Sometimes it might be a motivational quote, like this one right here from Desiree, our operations manager. Sometimes it's motivation, somebody, in action. Anissa's daughter, Anaya, I think she's probably like 19, 20 or 21. And she's booking appointments and working alongside her mom. So that's pretty cool to see. And I just threw we're a team that like to congratulate each other. I just threw here generational wealth, because that's being created as her mom's teaching her what to do in business to have a multi six-figure income at a young age. I wish I had that opportunity. I just found this business when I was 30 years old. And then when we're out in the field helping clients, we like to post our numbers. It's kind of like our scoreboard, right? So and then when we see that, we congratulate, each other, and we celebrate all the different events. If there are any veterans on the call today, thank you for your service, and thank you for continuing to serve with us. Or if you have family members, thank them for their service as well. Jean here is out, doing some life transfer. So we do virtual sales, in-person sales. We do it all. And so, this is the benefit of this group. And I think one of the best things that you could do, here's Anissa, had $2,000 yesterday, $2,000 in commissions from a policy she sold. This gives you an opportunity to see the people who are like movers and shakers in our industry, in our agency, and you can reach out and be able to share with them. There's me right there out with a client. So cool story behind this appointment. I got the lead. The guy would never pick up the phone. And so I just stopped by his house and knocked on his door when I was out in the area seeing another client. And we call that a door knock for those of you that are new to the industry. His wife wasn't home, so I scheduled a follow-up appointment to come back. So this was last Saturday. Spoke with him, scheduled an appointment to come back Tuesday when his wife was home. Went back and helped him with a policy and made $1,800. It was approved in the house. I got paid the next day. Amazing business. Most people probably take them 2 weeks to make that. And I'm not boasting. I'm just giving you evidence of what's possible here. And that's what I mean when, hey, I'm going to show you what it takes to be successful. Now you decide, do you want to, go either call that lead, book the appointment, go help them, or you want to go knock on the door if they're not picking up the phone or whatever the case may be. No excuses. Let's go to work. So what was his reason for not picking up the phone? I didn't even see this question before. Number one reason why somebody didn't pick up the phone is because they don't answer phone numbers. They don't know. I'm that guy. You call me, I don't have your number, you're going to voicemail. If I'm nice, I'm feeling, generous that day, I might text you and say, who is this? And then I can respond. But I completely understand clients that don't pick up the phone. One of the things that I do when I'm calling my clients, in addition to calling them, I do text them as well. Because I know if I get a text from somebody that's calling me, now I know who it is. I'm more likely to either call them back or respond to the text. That's a great question. So check this group out. I'm not going to spend too much time in here. I want to get to the meat of this call, which is our knowledge library. And I am trying to get rid of that. Okay, perfect. All right. So I'm going to jump into our knowledge library. Get your pens and papers ready. Our knowledge library is our business Bible. And I'm going to actually drop the link here in the chat so you guys can go ahead and bookmark this. And if you hopped on and you're new to this call, drop your name in the chat. Okay. Whoops, I sent that directly to Brianna. Not sure why. Hang tight. Let me try to switch this and send this to everybody. Here we go. Okay, so the knowledge library link is now in the chat. You guys can copy that, bookmark it. I use this knowledge library on a daily basis, and I've been doing this 4.5 years. So, and in a quick backstory, I forgot to even do a proper introduction. So I'm the president of the Impact Agency. For those of you that are brand new with Family First Life, I started as an agent in May 19th of 2017. And so brand new agent, new to insurance, never sold insurance before, but I just plugged into the system and used all the tools and worked really hard. Prior to doing this, I was driving Uber for 6 months because I was laid off from my full-time job. And all I did to be successful in this business was apply the same work ethic. I was doing 50 to 70 hours a week driving here in Atlanta, which, you know, is risky for those of you that know Atlanta traffic and Atlanta drivers. And so I applied that same work ethic to this business, and I was able to make 6 figures my first 7 months. So from I think I got licensed on May 19th. I sold my first policy like the 1st of June. And so from June through December, I made 160,000, and it's been 6 figures every year on my own pen, in addition to what I, the overrides from the agency. So in 2018, after my first 6 months, I started hiring and helping agents grow their business and make 6-figure income as well. And now we have about 95 agents as a part of the agency, and we're doing about 450 to $500,000 in paid commissions on a monthly basis. So not a testament to, you know, how great I am. It's a testament to how great of a system we have that could take somebody that had no clue about how to do insurance, to teach them how to do insurance, to teach them how to do insurance proficiently to the point where they could teach and help others. And it's the same system that you're taking advantage of by being here. So the knowledge library is a part of that resource and the tools that you have access to. There's 6 or 7 stations, as we like to call them, or sections in the knowledge library. The first one is contracting. And so for those of you that are going through contracting, which some of you on this call may still be going through contracting, by this point, you should have submitted your carrier request through SureLC. So what I recommend that you do is that you get into this section here, the contracting section, and you watch these videos and make sure you've dotted all the I's or crossed all the T's. There's a couple of videos here as well, for HCMS, which is the onboarding portal. So you can watch these videos, and then if you still aren't clear or you have questions, then you want to go ahead and click this link here that says schedule contract and help call. That will get you on our operations manager, Desiree. It'll get you on her calendar, and she can schedule 10 minutes and 15 minutes with you to go ahead and help you make sure that you're situated, with all your contracts and that you're ready to go to start writing business. So anybody have any questions on contracting? I'll pause for a minute, answer those. Don't know where you are or anything like that. Okay. If you do have a question that comes up, remember, you can always drop them in the chat. I'm going to be checking the chat as we go through. I don't know why I can't speak English today. So let's jump to compensation. Okay. One of the things I learned from one of my mentors in this business is, hey, you wouldn't start a job without knowing how you get paid, right? And so I was like, yeah, that makes sense. I've never done that in any of the jobs I've had. So here's how you get paid. This is a promotional guideline here at Family First Life. You'll have a starting contract with Family First Life, and it's not like you sign a contract where you're obligated to work with us. That's just what they call your starting commission level, if you will. And 90% is the minimum that you'll start. Most people start somewhere between 90 and 110% based on your experience within the industry. And you can grow all the way up to 145% based on your personal production or your team production. So this is pretty self-explanatory. For example, at 100%, the expectation is that you're producing $10,000 in annual premiums on a monthly basis. The average policy annual premium is how much the client pays annually. And so the average policy is $1,000 annual premium. So if you're at 100%, that's an expectation that you're going to write at least 10 policies per month. You're going to help 10 families per month. That's $10,000 in annual premium. And then the more families you help, the more your commission increases and the more money you make. You can also advance up by building an agency, and we will help you with that. We provide you with the resources, the tools, the support, the mentorship if you're somebody that's ambitious and you want to manage other agents. So now you can advance not just on your personal production, but you can advance on your agency production as well. And you could go up to 130% of the contract on your personal pen. And then to get to 145, that would be as an agency. Okay. If you have any questions on that, drop it in the chat real quick. Now, this carrier compensation guide tells you exactly how much the insurance company pays you based on your contract level. Americo is our preferred partner as far as insurance company is concerned. And so if you're at 100% contract with Family First Life, on their term policies, you get paid 100%. So that annual premium of $1,000, all of that is coming to you. The insurance company will pay you 75% of it up front, so $750 up front. And then the last 25%, they'll pay you at the end of the year. So 75% of the year is 9 months. So we like to call that a 9 months advance. They're advancing you 9 months. It's like an unsecured loan because they haven't collected all the money yet from the client, but they're going to pay you up front. And then as long as the policy is still on the books, then they'll pay you month 10, month 11, month 12. And on the term policies, you get paid for 1 year only. On the whole life policies, it works the same way. They pay you a little bit less for the first year at 95%. Because they're going to pay you years 2 through 10, and it's somewhere between 3 to 7% of the annual premium that you'll make. Now, that's a small percentage, but that adds up over the years, over 10 years, and then over the number of policies and clients that you help. So that's where your residual, renewal, income, passive income comes into play. And then you could see the different companies, their commission levels will be different. Mutual's term policy pays you at 100%, whereas their whole life policy pays you 86% versus Americo's, which does 95%. So you want to look at those and see the differences. That way, you're going to write the product that's best for the client and also best for you, the agent, because you're in business to make a profit, not nonprofit. And so these are all the carriers that we have access to here at Family First Life. Be honest with you, most of our business is done through about 6 of these companies. And I'm going to tell you which 6 companies those are. But we don't use all of them, even though we have access to them, because those 6, will meet majority of our client needs. All right. And then producer bonuses. If you do 30,000 or more per month, Family First Life pays your producer bonus every month. So that's 30 families a month that you help with a policy. And that's an extra $500 every month. 12 times 5 is $6,000. That's an extra $6,000 a year. And then depending on how much you want to produce, you can make that much. We've had producers that have done, I think we had one producer that did 189,000 in 1 month. And we have producers that regularly do 60 to 100,000 on their own pen. Last week, Monday, we had one producer on our call where he does on average 800,000 a year on his own personal pen. So he's racking up the bonus money. And then also Family First Life has manager bonuses. If you want to build an agency, the minimum bonus you'll make once you get to the vice president level, which is where you have a team that's doing 150 policies per month, you'd make a bonus of $2,500 or $2,500 every month. So that's an extra $30,000 a year, I believe, if my math is right, that you would make with a team that's doing 150 policies per month. So pretty simple to put that team together. Should take you about 3 to 6 months if you want to make it happen. We could show you how to do it. And be able to make an extra $30,000 a year on top of everything else that you make. And I told you about our holiday incentives. These are running through December 23rd. So if you're brand new, you could earn $300 every week. So needless to say, the point of this exercise is there's lots of money to be made. It's just depending on what's your ambition level, how hard you're willing to work, and how much time and effort you want to put into it. A big part of what we do is training. And we're not big on product training. So for those of you that are very detailed and technical like I am, and you want to know all the details of the product, and that is from the carrier. We highly, highly encourage you to reach out to the carriers, and I'll highlight them under the product guide section here shortly, and learn the products. We'll tell you what products you need to learn about, but we don't do a lot of product training. Our wheelhouse, if you will, is sales training and making sure that you know the techniques that you need to utilize on the phone, when you get in the house, or over Zoom if you're doing a virtual sale, to be able to help protect that family, keep them from continuing to procrastinate and make a decision to buy insurance from you today. So that's what we focus on helping you do. So these trainings are all, with that intention in mind. So first of all, every Monday and Thursday, 8 to 12 p.m., we have our live dials on this Zoom that you're on right now. That's the Zoom ID in the middle of the screen. So lock this Zoom in because we utilize this for multiple trainings. And you will see producers and listen to producers call their leads and book appointments with them, overcome objections or not overcome objections, get hung up on. I mean, you see it good, bad, and indifferent. We don't sugarcoat it. We want you to see the real deal. And that way you can learn from someone else's experience, because dialing is really, 90% of what we do to book the appointment. After that, it's just a numbers game. And so Mondays and Thursdays, we have live dials. And then we have a weekly Zoom training call every Monday at 2 p.m. And that's Eastern time for all of these. And this is typically where we're interviewing an agent, whether it's from our agency or another agency, and we're doing some sales training, learning from them, whether it's what's their lead strategy, what's their schedule like, what's their in-home presentation like. And it's typically somebody that's either, closing at a high percentage, doing 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, up to $100,000 a month as a personal producer. So that way you can learn from them what, you need to do. And so live dial, Brianna, not a dumb question at all. Live dial is where you're able to watch a producer book their appointments live. They're calling leads live on Zoom, and you get to watch it all happen. And then we have our new agent orientation, which you're on tonight. So pat yourself on the back. You made it to that one. Definitely, I'd recommend your first 30 to 60 days, get on this call every week as much as possible. It's also recorded, so you could rewatch it, or you could go back and watch the prior weeks. We rotate who hosts this call. So each week you're going to get the same content from a different perspective. And then, repetition is a key to retention. Is something I learned when I was a kid. So the more you hear it, the more you retain it. Friday mornings, put this one on your calendar. This is our corporate Family First Life corporate training call, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be on our Facebook page. Here's the link for our Facebook page. And here's a Zoom link as well. So if you ever misplace it, you can always come back to the Knowledge Library and find these links. And then we also have a complete virtual platform for sales training. So for those of you that want to incorporate virtual sales, whether it's telesales or whether it's Zoom, you go here and everything you need from A to Z. It's kind of its own animal. So we've dedicated a site completely for that. Scripting and videos and everything that you need. Lead vendors that do live transfer leads and those type of things. All of that is there, and you can learn and take advantage of it and ask questions from your coach here at the Impact Agency. And then we've kind of curated a few top videos on phone script and in-home presentation. So these are the first 6 videos that you want to watch, and you'll knock these out. I think collectively it might be 3 hours of training. So plan to get that done in the next day or two. Just kind of as your first taste. And these videos, when you watch them on YouTube, they'll have links to other videos so you can watch. Our recommendation is you want to watch anything that has to do with leads, phone script, and in-home. That's what you got to get good at doing. And so as much content as you can watch it, and to kind of minimize your learning curve, it's going to be super beneficial. When I got started, we had audios. We didn't have as many videos. Now we have more than enough videos. Sometimes I think too much, but you could find the person that best fits your personality, and then look at whatever content they have on in-home leads, phone script, and that's how you learn the business. The best student's going to make the most money, just being honest with you. And then we have our top 3 YouTube channels, including our personal YouTube channel, the Family First Life corporate YouTube channel, and the Family First Life USA, which is one of the largest agencies here, Family First Life, their YouTube channel. Our training is so simple that you can literally go to YouTube and type in anything you want to know about our business and just type in FFL leads, FFL booking appointments, FFL in-home presentation, FFL chargebacks, to know, how to handle chargebacks, whatever it is about our business that you want to know, like YouTube University is where it's at. And we are one of the few companies that put all of our training open source on YouTube, so that anybody, whether with our agency or another agency, can go and learn. Okay. Next, I'm going to hop into the lead station. Any questions on training or compensation? Just kind of running back real quick. Drop them in the chat if you have them, and I'll answer them. So leads are the lifeblood of our business. You can write a policy for anybody you want. So if you want to do referrals and work with friends and family, you can. I liked leads because I didn't have to bother my family. Like, my family knows what I do, and I've written policies on a few of them. But I prefer to have leads because it's a predictable business, right? It's much like if I open up a pizza spot, I could try to do referrals and get my family in to buy pizza, or I could, do advertising to the general public to get more people in. And so leads are that for your business. And leads come into 3 tiers, and I'll just kind of give you a quick breakdown, and then you jot this down in your notes so you kind of know. And I'm going to show you tier 1. So I'm thinking of something else, and I'll say it in a minute. But tier 1 is our CRM leads. Okay. And this video talks about our CRM leads. It's everything a new agent need to know about leads. This is Sasha Alba. She's our corporate leads manager. She handles all the sourcing of the leads, vetting the vendors, making sure that they provide quality leads to us at an affordable price. And so I'm going to jump into our CRM here shortly and show you what that looks like. But in our CRM, the leads will range from $3 to, I think, probably $25 is the most expensive lead that you could get in our CRM. And they range from internet lead to mailed leads, postcards that clients mail back, to Facebook leads. So you have a variety of leads within the CRM, and that's the first place that most of our agents start. And when you get started, you want to have a budget of $500 to $1,000 minimum to get started with your first order of leads. And the goal is, when you make that investment in leads, you put in the work to get a 3x or 5x multiple return on that investment of $500 to $1,000. And now you have money to reinvest and some money to put back in your pocket and cover your investments costs. Because, once you get your first order of leads, if you work diligently, you should be able to 3x, 5x your money. And then you never have to buy leads out of pocket again, because now your clients pay for your leads. So that's tier 1, the CRM leads. Tier 2 would be any like a Facebook or a Google type lead, or that's a higher quality internet lead, where there's a company that runs ads and they generate a lead. Those leads range anywhere from $25. I think the most I've seen is probably $40. So that's tier 2. And then top tier, or tier 3. And that's what I was thinking about earlier, because this catchphrase nowadays, top tier, everybody's top tier nowadays. So top tier, or tier 3, is the mail generated leads. And those are postcards that are mailed out to clients. You could do like 1,000-piece mail, and they average anywhere from $40 to $70, depending on which lead you get, whether it's a mortgage protection or final expense. So most of our agents normally start with the CRM, kind of get their feet wet, and I recommend that very highly. When I got started, I actually just looked back at my CRM, which I can actually show you here shortly. But I look back at my CRM the other day, and I look back to 2017 when I got started, and I saw it was like $1 leads, $3 leads. That's how I started, and I made 10 grand my first month. But I worked very diligently. But my thing was I wanted to learn what I was doing, and I wanted to do it at the lowest cost possible. You're going to learn or earn while you learn. And so I recommend doing that at the lowest cost possible. Now, once you're familiar, you're more comfortable on the phone. Now you can graduate to the leads that cost you more because it'll save you time. The CRM leads, just to kind of give you a good expectation, you're going to have to dial the phone more. These are leads where you might get a lead where they take a while to pick up the phone because they don't know the number, or the number might be incorrect because they didn't update it when they submitted the form. So you go through more of those leads to get an appointment versus the leads that you pay $60 for, where they're quicker to pick up the phone because it's something that they mail back. So start with those CRM leads. And WorkSpots is our office sharing app. And it's $99 a month for this app. And as a member of WorkSpots, you have access to all the Family First Life offices throughout the country. And then on top of that, there's lead discounts throughout the week. There was a lead discount that just finished yesterday. I used that discount and I saved $275 on my lead order. I ordered 100 leads, and there were new leads, internet leads, and the price came down from, typically they're $11. I got them for $6.70 each. And so saved me $275. So that $99 a month membership, if you're purchasing leads on a regular basis, which you should, then you'll more than make that up and more. And so that's a great tool to take advantage of. Every week there's a lead discount, sometimes 20%, all the way up to they've done 50% before. So when you jump into the CRM, I want to show you this real quick. And if you have any questions, guys, let me know. I know I'm going fast. This is being recorded. And if you miss something, just drop it in the chat. There's no dumb questions except for the ones that you don't ask. That's the dumb question if you don't ask it. So feel comfortable asking anything. Typically, everyone else is thinking what you're thinking. They just don't want to say it. So be that brave person to ask the question. So when you jump into the chat, excuse me, not in the chat, that's where you put your question, into the CRM. You go to order leads. You click buy cherry pick leads, and it pulls up this map. Okay, this map is a heat map of the entire country, and where it's red hot is where there's a lot of leads. Where it's not is where there's less leads. Okay, and even where it's not, there's still leads. It's just not as much as where it's red hot. So you see the different lead types here on the left. These are the internet life leads that most of our agents start out with. And you have the brand new ones, which are $11. You have the new ones that can be up to a week old. Those are $9. And then you have the ones that's been here for a month to two, and those are through $4. And then the 3-month-old leads are $3. So a lot of our agents will start with a mixture of the new and the 1-month-old leads, just so you have plenty. And be able to have plenty of people to call and be able to get a lot of practice in. And then some of the other leads that I started with are the mortgage protection, the 1-month-old mortgage protection leads, a 2-month-old. When I was dialing leads, I was dialing like a year-old mortgage protection leads, and you have some final expense. These are direct mail postcards. So this is a form that the client returned once it was mailed out to them. And so, typically you'll get a copy of what they mailed back, and then you could call them and say, hey, Miss Mary, I got this form in my hand, you mailed back, just following up with you. Did you get any help with this mortgage protection insurance yet? Or this final expense insurance? So these are great too, because like the final expense 1-month-old leads, those are $8. Mortgage protection 1-month-old leads, those are $9. So mortgage protection is just a term policy, by the way. Final expense is just a whole life policy. It's nothing complicated. And then we do have some instant Facebook leads available as well. I think these are $25, like I mentioned. And then there's none of these older ones here, but these are $350. So, these are normally 1-month-old Facebook leads. So this is a best place to start. Just pick your city. If you want to work in another state, I see a question. hear from one of you. You just need to get a license in that state. So if you're in Florida, or let's say you're in New Mexico and it's not as hot in New Mexico, you just go online to NIPR.com, National Insurance Producer Registry.com, and you are able to just pay for a license in North Carolina. And now you can go to North Carolina. You could pick any area like Charlotte, and you could order as many leads as you want in Charlotte. You could travel to Charlotte, or you could call them and help them over the phone. It's completely up to you. Okay. So that's how the CRM leads work. Anybody have any questions on that? Once you're ready to order, you just put in the quantity and then you do add to cart and you check out with your credit card. And I recommend that, guys. I recommend having a card. You know, put yourself in a position where you can have a card that you can put your leads on, because if you purchase your leads and then you go to work, maximum 2 weeks, generally within a week, sometimes within a couple of days, you're able to make the money back to pay the card and put some money in your pocket if you work diligently. So just out of curiosity, this is my actual CRM. This is where, you know, they'll drop your leads once you purchase them. I want to show you. So this is what it looks like when the leads come in. So these are those leads that I purchased. And then you could just click on the lead, which I will here. But let me just fast forward a little bit. Oh, I got to click this. Okay. I want to jump back to when I got started, because I thought this was pretty cool to look. I'll take a minute out of our session here real quick, just to show you if this will go back that far. Okay, yeah, here we go. So these were leads from June of 2017. So these were mortgage protection leads that I was using then. And a lot of these were second chance leads. Yeah, a lot of these were mortgage protection second chance leads that were available throughout Georgia. And then we had some Facebook leads as well. So this is right around when I got started. And then also, you see here, August, this lead was, lead date was 11/7/2016. So this was August 14th of 2017, but this lead was 2016. So that was a 1-year-old lead, and I made a lot of sales on those leads. So just to kind of give you an idea, a lead is a lead. It's an opportunity to talk to somebody about insurance. Okay. When you purchase the leads, do you have a certain amount of time to work them? How do you recommend, how many do you recommend to buy as a new agent? Great question. So yeah, your lead stays in your CRM, like you see, forever. So my leads from 2017 are still in my CRM. So, you know, you take as much time as you want to work them, but I will say that typically these clients aren't just filling out one lead. So you want to get to them as quick as you can. And then I recommend you get as close to 100 leads as possible, if not 100. So as a new agent, so you could do a mixture, you know, the $4 leads, you know, to get as much as possible. You do a mixture of the $4 leads and the $9 leads. And then you figure out how much of those you can get, and get as close to 100 as possible to give you as much opportunity, because you won't be as good on the phone. So some of those are just going to be practice. And it's a tax write-off, by the way. I want to share with you. It's 100% write-off. I've written off all my leads every year that I've been doing this over the last 4 years. But yeah, close to 100 as possible. And then they stay in the CRM forever. All the carriers, Ruth asked about completing the application over the phone. All the carriers allow you to do an e-application. So you just have to complete their application. If you need some help with that, just reach out to the carrier individually and ask for some help. Yeah, Nakia, you could write, your lead is a business expense. Remember, you're a 1099 contractor now. You're not an employee. So that's an expense that you purchased. It's marketing expense. You have a good accountant, a good CPA. They know how to go ahead and write that off. It's 100% write-off. for your business. So for me, when I look at a lead, good, bad, or indifferent, whether I book an appointment or I don't book an appointment, they tell me to go jump off a cliff. To me, a lead is either a family I'm going to help or it's a tax write-off. It's one of the two. So when I'm calling you, in my head, the game I play, to make sure I stay emotionally stable, the game I tell myself is like, all right, this is going to be my next new client, or this is going to be my next tax write-off. And then I smile and I dial. So no matter what happens on the phone, it's a win, because that's less money I got to pay Uncle Sam, or that's a family that's protected, and that's more money that's provided to my family for helping protect them. So it's all about your mentality, and that's real. So get a good accountant and make sure that gets taken care of. Okay. All right. I'm going to just run through real quick phone script, because that's the next section that we're going to talk about. So let me pull up one of these leads, and I'm going to run through what I say when I call them. And this phone script is provided here in the Knowledge Library. All right, let's grab one of these Internet Life leads. So once you have the leads in your CRM, you have a couple options. You can open the lead, or you can print the lead. You see the printer here? It will print like a printable little card, like this one right here. So you have something that you could take with you. I print all my leads when I book an appointment with them, and I take that with me just to have something for them to look at. Or you can export it into a CSV file, do Google Sheets or spreadsheet, and then you can update the status and assign the status, all of that good stuff. So let's open this lead. Okay. So this is Veronica. This is an internet lead, and it gives you all her information: first name, last name, date of birth, her address, the county that she's in, Newton County, her phone number. None of y'all in Georgia, screenshot this and call her before I do. And then some of the questions she may have answered on her form that she completed. So the Internet Life lead is someone that's online shopping for term life or whole life insurance, and they're looking for quotes. They'll click, get me a quote or get me an agent, whatever they click on, and then they have to answer these questions. Sometimes they enter the inaccurate information, guys. These are people. I know if I'm shopping for something, I've been that guy where I'm like, all right, let me just put, my middle name is Jason. So instead of putting my first name, I'll put Jason, and then I'll put in Smith. Sorry, I don't want you calling me. So just understand that you'll get some of that. And so, but in most cases, you'll get individuals that put their real information because they really want help. And so you just go through the numbers. So if I'm calling Veronica, phone rings, she answers, "Hey, Veronica." I say a question. It's not, "Hey, may I speak to Veronica, please?" Or, "Miss Veronica Wade." No, because then you sound like a telemarketer. "Hey, Veronica," like, we know each other. "Hey, Veronica." She says, "Yes." "Hey, Veronica, this is Jermaine. I'm just giving you a quick call to introduce myself because I received that form you filled out online to get some help with your insurance. I'm a field underwriter down here in Newton County, and I was just calling to introduce myself and schedule a quick appointment to help you with this tomorrow. You have your date of birth here is October 10th of 65. Is that correct?" Awesome. Perfect. Yeah, my birthday's the 4th, so we're fellow Libras. I'm going to love helping you. You're a Libra like myself. So real quick, like I said, I'm a field underwriter. I'm licensed by the state to help with these insurance programs. So whenever you go online shopping for insurance, then you complete the form. It comes to my office, and all I do is they dispatch me out for 15 minutes to go over some options with you and help you, get a plan in place. I see you're over here on 5446 Salem Road. Is that still a current address? Okay, perfect. So I'm dispatching the area tomorrow. Are you working or are you retired? Okay, you're retired. All right, awesome. So what I could do, I've got a 10 a.m. or a 11 a.m. Which one of those would work for a 15-minute appointment, just to see what I could do to help you? Okay, perfect. 10 a.m. So I'm going to put you on the schedule. Also, quick question. Are you married, or is it just you? Are you just looking for insurance for yourself? Okay, not married, just you. All right, excellent. So all I'm going to do tomorrow, I'll pull up. Just give me between 10 and 11 o'clock to come out there and help you. I drive a blue car. I'll have my ID badge. Takes about 15 minutes. I look forward to meeting you. Go ahead, put me on your calendar. The 5446, is that number on the house or is it on the mailbox? Okay, it's on the mailbox and the house. Okay, I just want to make sure I don't get lost. And is it okay for me to park in the driveway? Should I park on the street? Okay, all right, I'll park in the driveway. So just look for me between 10 and 11. Again, my name is Jermaine Clifford. I look forward to meeting you and seeing what I can do to help you, Miss Veronica. And that's it. I'm off the phone. I'm done. A minute, 2 minutes, and I'm on to my next call. It's really that simple. And a lot of what I said, when you watch the videos on the training videos on dialing, there's psychology behind what I say. Is psychology behind asking her to verify the date of birth and verify the address. And making sure that she's not married. If so, I need both of them there. So watch the training videos, and the training videos will go through why I said what I said. And let me jump back to the knowledge library. If you guys have any questions, drop them in the chat. Okay, so that was on the phone, and we have that phone script here where it says Jermaine Internet Life phone script. I highly recommend you start off here, and some of these videos talk about scheduling, like how far apart should I set my appointments? This video talks about that. So make sure you watch and go through these. And then there's a dial tracker here. The dial tracker is what you utilize to track your dials. So when you're dialing, this is like tracking your meals if you're on a diet. So that way you could see, where the gaps are and what the junk is that you're eating. Or tracking what you spend if you're on a budget. So that way you see what you might need to cut out. So with the dial tracker, when you track your dials, you're able to take this to your coach here and say, hey, coach, here's what I did on the phones. Anything that you'd recommend I do differently? What do you think of my results? What you see that I could tweak? And so if I see that you've got a bunch of X's, which means somebody answered, but there was no appointment booked, that means your phone script, you need to change something on your phone script, because if you're talking to people, you should be booking appointments because they filled out a form requesting insurance. So that lets me know I need to coach you on your phone script and hear you, kind of go through your phone script. If you're getting, you give me a dial tracker and you said, hey, I dialed 4 hours today and only, the first 2 lines are filled out, that lets me know you're wasting your time, because you should be able to complete line 1 in 30 minutes. You should be able to make 25 dials in 30 minutes. So there's different things that we could do. So if you're somebody that's serious about improving and getting better, you're using a dial tracker and you're shooting that over to the person that's coaching you on your dial day to say, hey, here's what I did last 3 hours. I dialed. Anything that you recommend that I do differently to be able to get better. And in this business, you got to treat it like you're a professional. You got to constantly look at what you could do to get better. And we're here to help you with that. So that's the on the phone section. And then our product guide section. This is where you learn about the products. And like I said, a lot of that is done directly with the carrier. We don't do a lot of product training. And the reason being is that we're very simple from a product standpoint, especially when you're looking at these internet life leads that I just showed you, where most of our agents start, the tier 1 leads in the CRM. They're looking for whole life or term life. Very simple. Whole life, you know what it is. Your license, it lasts the whole life. Term life, you know what it is. It lasts for a term, 20, 25, 30 years. And so we don't complicate things. The only difference you'll see is which company will approve the client based on what's going on with their health. So more so than product training, you need to become a field underwriter, and you need to work on being an expert field underwriter. So that way you could submit business with a carrier and know this is 100% or 99.9% going to get approved. And that's why we have the different companies. So, Americo won't accept some cases that Prosperity will accept. So if we got a client that's really healthy, then we want to put them with Americo. If they've had some conditions that America won't qualify them for, then Prosperity will, or Aetna will, or Mutual might. And definitely if they're on, they're seriously sick, AIG will take them because it's guaranteed issue. That's really our product knowledge right there. If you want more details, then you reach out to the carrier. You say, hey, Mr. Americo, I just came on board. I need to learn about the Eagle product that you have. What training videos do you have that I can watch? Or can I get the brochure on the product or the product guide? That's how you learn product. That's done in the hours after hours once the kids are in bed, and you got nothing better to do. You're not watching whatever. You're becoming a good field underwriter. And the same thing for the term policies as well. So Americo is what we go with, and Americo is good for the client, good for the agent. Instant approval, best rates, most benefits. That's Americo. If we can't qualify with them on the term, then we can go to John Hancock or Mutual or American Amicable. We also have some clients that an IUL might be a good fit. Mutual has a great IULE product, and then Forster's has a smart UL product. So you can reach out to any one of these companies. Mr. Mutual, can I learn about your IUL product? Where do I need to go? What information can I get? And that's how you learn the products. And then we have our annuities and another IUL with Global Atlantic. You can also get started with paper apps. If you submitted your contracts and you don't want to wait to get approved, Americo and Mutual are two of the best companies to get out there with paper apps. Prosperity is one of the first ones to approve you, so you could get started with e-apps with them within 24, 48 hours. But for the others, they take about a week for you to get approved. So if you want to get going quickly, you could go with paper apps, and those are right there. And then you always want to follow up with the insurance companies. Once you've submitted your contracts, 2-3 days later, call them. Hey, submitted contracting with y'all 2 days ago. What's happening? Where's it at? Can I get approved? I want to go help some families. I got people waiting for me to put policies through. Come on, get it moving. Click the button. Approve me. Send me my agent ID so I could do some e-apps. And don't feel bad about pestering them because you're bringing them business. So definitely put some pressure on them. And then also, if you need some product training, these are the phone numbers to reach out and connect with the carriers to get that. Okay. If you have any questions on product training, how to do it, then drop it in the chat. We also have linked to the carrier portals here. Americo, again, is our favorite because theirs is the simplest and they're the only ones that allow you to do a demo e-application. This is Bobby Bridges. He's our account rep with Americo. Quick intro from him there. And then you could go to product information and their Eagle product, their whole life product, and their term product is right here. A 30-minute video on each of these. That should be all the training you need. And then if you want to write business, you go here. You could do the demo e-application and just kind of put in your personal information, and it'll let you go through and kind of play with the system. And then when you're ready to do a real app, you do it here. And you could do quotes here. So Americo is the only carrier that actually has this type of portal in place. All the rest of them, you got to log in to be able to get access to that type of stuff. So that's one of the reasons why we like Americo. And then there's some training videos here, kind of how to set up your tablet, some of the things to have with you in the field. And then the apparel store, Family First Life apparel store, where you can get the polo shirts, name badges, business cards, all the business support materials you can get here at the Family First Life store. So link is here under the product guide section. Hope you guys are taking notes. Finally, we're going to land this thing and wrap this up here in 5 minutes. The in-home section. In-home is very simple, right, guys? So we've outlined the process here, and our goal again is to empower you. And initially you're going to feel nervous. You're going to feel anxiety until you get out there and you realize how easy this is, and you're going to be like, man, is this really that easy? Yes, it is. It absolutely is. Very simple. So your first step is complete the client worksheet when you get out to the house. And again, remember, under the training station, we have some videos that kind of talk you through this. The client worksheet, if you scroll down, it's right here. This is our client intake sheet. You ever been in the doctor's office and they say, all right, fill this out and give it back to us, and then we'll call you in for your appointment? You're answering all these questions, then that's what this is. But instead of handing it to the client, you fill it out. And what it does, it gives you the structure of the appointment. So that way you can guide the client to the point of making a sale, okay? And so make sure you print these out and you have one with you every house you go to or every virtual appointment that you do. I complete this client worksheet 4.5 years into my career, every appointment. I don't skip it. Just like every time I go to the doctor, I got to fill out a form. Same thing here. And so once you fill out the fill out the sheet, then you could go to the next step, because on the sheet, you would have collected the client's medical information. And now you have to review the grid to see what they can qualify for. So with filling out the sheet, you'll know that your client is looking for either a whole life final expense policy or a term life policy. And based on that, now you go to the grid. This is our underwriting grid, and it has 99% of the health conditions that you'll come across. Every now and then you'll have a one-off situation. And typically, if you don't see it on here, it means it's going to be a situation that the client's going to have to go with American General, because it's a guaranteed issue product and they've got some health condition that's, they're not going to be approved for any of these guys. But what this underwriting grid does, and you want to print this out if you will, I just pull it up here every time I'm in the house. It has the medical conditions, and that way you can look and see, whether they can get approved or not. So for example, arthritis, right? Your client says, yeah, I got a little bit of the arthritis in my joints. Now you can, and that's all they've got. So you go to the grid and you see arthritis, not ask, it's allowed, not ask, it's allowed. So that means any of the companies will approve them on this final expense policy. So I'm always going to go with Americo first, because they're the best for the client. They approve on the spot. They got double indemnity, best rates for that. And it says it's allowed. So that means you could get approved. So now all you have to do is go quote Americo, give them a couple options, and complete the e-application. And you do the same thing for the term plans. It's really that simple. If for some reason you're not sure, then you could call the in-home helpline. So save this number, bookmark it in your phone. We have 6 agents on call every day that can answer your questions. And you want to be strategic. You don't go to the house and then call and not have some information to provide. Here's what a proper phone call sounds like to the in-home helpline. Hey, Jermaine, I'm with Bob. Bob is 63. We've talked. He's looking for some final expense to make sure his daughter doesn't have to pay to bury him when he dies. He's looking for about 10,000, maybe 15, if he could fit it in his budget. He told me he's got a little arthritis. I looked at the underwriting grid. It looks like Americo will approve him. I just want to make sure I'm reading that correctly and that I'm putting Bob in the best position possible. Am I correct? I'll say absolutely. Anissa, you're right on the money. Go ahead, get Bob taken care of. And you'll hang up the phone. Bob, great news. We can get this approved for you. Let's go ahead and get this application completed. I'm going to need your driver's license. We're going to need your daughter's information, name, date of birth, and we'll need your checking account information, so that way we know every month it's paid and the policy will be there when your daughter needs it. And you just pause and you let Bob go get his stuff. So when it comes to after you've completed the appointment, right? Or I'm sorry, before you complete the appointment, under the product benefits, we have these forms that you could utilize. This one is the final expense form, since we're talking about final expense, but you could look at the others. And these are benefits that are included in most of the final expense plans. I like to go over these with the client because it's a way to add value to what you're offering to the client. So you're not just handing them a $10,000 policy. When you review and you go line by line on these items, it builds value. It's just like saying, hey, here's a piece of steak, or hey, here's a aged ribeye, from Kobe, whatever. I'm not a big steak guy, so whatever you want to talk about steak. Y'all have been in restaurants and ordered steak before. You know what they do. It's still a piece of steak, but it sounds a lot better when they explain it to you. Same thing here. All right. And so that's why we utilize these. And also it just helps you be able to make sure the client understands what you're putting in place and the value of what you're putting in place. And then under policy recording documents, I leave these with all my clients, and it's the insurance coverage form. Okay. So this is just a summary of what we put in place. I sign it and they sign it. And then we have what I like to call the retention poem. This is a poem that just says, hey, I'm your policy. When you're laid to rest, I come alive and I begin my work. So make sure, you pay me so that I could do my part. So those are some of the tools that you utilize when you're in the home with your clients. And the quoting tools and carrier websites are here. These are pretty straightforward. Again, Americo, you pick your product. Let's say you're looking at final expense, Eagle Premier. You do create, male, age 50, 10,000, run quote, and it tells you the price. And you'll learn from the training videos that you typically want to show 3 plans, options. And I like to use plans. I hate using quotes. I like plans. I like to put a plan in place. And I speak about that with my clients. Hey, Jim, today we're going to put a plan in place for you so you never have to worry about this again. Not I'm going to show you some quotes because that sounds like something you could refuse, but you need a plan because you don't have one. So I show them 3 plans and then they pick which plan. And my question to them is always, hey, Jim, which one of these plans will make sure that your daughter is not burdened when you die, but also make sure you're not burdened while you're living? And then I'll let him answer. And then we go ahead and apply. So that's it, guys. And for those of you that want to hire, we have an entire hiring station here with an overview video that you could send to anybody that's interested. And I heard something pretty cool today. One of my mentors, he basically gave this analogy. He's like, hey, if we have Waffle House here in Georgia. Some of you may or may not have them where you live, but if you go by Waffle House and they had a sign up saying, hey, we're hiring managers, 250,000. Well, not even managers. We're hiring staff, servers, or whatever you want to call them, staff, $250,000 a year. Would you hesitate before sharing that? Would you say, hey, I got to get in there and go work there and figure out how it all works before I share that with somebody? No, you wouldn't. You'd be like, shoot, I know a bunch of people that would like to make $250,000 a year. That's this opportunity, guys. I made $160,000 my first 7 months, and it's been over $300,000 every year on my personal pen production-wise since then. So if anybody can come in here and work hard and make 6 figures, why would you not share this? So if you're wanting to do that, we have an overview video link here. You could share. There's this is 7 minutes or 5 minutes, and then we have a 15-minute detailed business overview here that you could share on your Facebook, your Instagram, your LinkedIn, your friends and family. Text them. One of my business partners, he sent an email to everybody that he had an email address for when he got started. Like, hey guys, here's what I'm doing now. Career-wise, whether it's part-time or full-time, this may not be for you, but it might be somebody check it out. Let me know if you know anybody that's interested, because you never know who is looking for an opportunity, and don't deny somebody an opportunity to make a 6-figure income when you have it in your hands. So I'll leave you with that, and then I'll open up for questions. So everybody, your next steps right now, if you're on this call, you should have already completed contracting or you're in the contracting process. So 2 things you want to do. You want to go ahead and go through the training section, watch all those training videos, those 6 that I highlighted, and then start watching some more YouTube videos on leads and phone scripts and in-home. Okay, those are the categories. And then you want to book a mentor call. You should already know or have been assigned a mentor. Here, business coach. It's just somebody that's here longer than you have, that know a little bit more than you do and can point you in the direction. They're not here to do the work for you. They're not here to hold your hand. They're here to say, hey, I'm doing it too. Here's what I'm doing. You can do it. And here's where to find this. Here's where to find that. We're all independent contractors. And our goal, again, is to empower you and make sure you have access to the tools that you need to be successful. So with that being said, that's your homework. Any questions before we go ahead and end this call and let you get back to your families? Okay, I either did a really good job or a really bad job. I'm gonna just pretend it was a really good job. So awesome, very informative. I appreciate that feedback. So let's take this knowledge and let's put it into action, guys. Like I said at the top of the call, our goal is to be able to have you out in the field helping families, making money within the next 7 days. Everybody could do it. And I understand the apprehension that you may have, because I was there and I still remember it. I'm like, hey, do we get to go on a ride along? Does somebody sit down with me? Do I get to practice my in-home presentation? And that was the type of person. I was overthinking a lot of things. And then once I got out there, and thankfully I had good mentors, they're like, no, we're not going to do any of that. Here's some videos, watch these, make notes, and just put it into your personality. Get out there and learn as you're doing it. And it was one of the most anxiety-filled ways to learn, but it was the best way to learn. Once I realized once I got out there, because what I found out was, wow, this is a lot easier than I thought. So let's not delay. Let's get you paid. If I could do anything to help you, let me drop my number in the chat. For those of you that don't have it, 683. That's my cell. Oh my goodness, I'm sending this directly to Brianna again. Let's do that for everybody. 786-3 683-3315. All right, there we go. So that's my cell. Reach out, but definitely make sure you're following up with your coach, your mentor. And guys, on that note, don't be afraid to reach out. Anybody that we pair you with, if it's us that hire you directly here at what we like to call corporate, or anybody that's assigned to help you, they're there to help you. And they're, in most cases, they're making an override for helping you. So they've got to earn that override, including myself, right? And so never hesitate to reaching out. A closed mouth doesn't get fed. So if you have questions, we won't know until you ask, and never hesitate. If it's a quick text, if it's a quick voice note, we use WhatsApp, and that's great. I communicate with a lot of agents through WhatsApp because I could, if I'm busy, I could see your message and then I could send you a voice note. I love communicating through WhatsApp. So feel free to WhatsApp me. That way you could do an audio message if it's something that's a little bit longer, and I can listen to it if I don't have time at the moment. But definitely communication is key. Reaching out and networking with other agents within the agency is key. The people that I see that fail at our business are the people that don't do the work and they don't communicate. That's it. If you do those two things, work and communicate, you're gonna be really successful. So that's it, guys. Appreciate you hopping on. Welcome to the team. Welcome to the agency. And I can't wait for you to get that first check and be able to make that first 6 figures here. All right. Have a great night.